Chance to sweep the Capitals this year, which is not a bad thing to do. Is that a goal of yours?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, every game we go into, we want to do well. We want to win the game. So I think that's what we're going for. Yeah.
The way the team played in I'll say the first half of last game. I mean, you were tight defensively. We're doing all the little things. I know the second half didn't. Do you feel like you can build on what you did?
Yeah, I mean, the first half of the game we were sharp. We were dialed in defense. We were right there with them. So I think we were playing really well. And then obviously we let them get a couple goals. And then even after those, we were still coming. But then in the third, we let them kind of slip away, and that's what good teams do. So I think we definitely had a good first half of that game.
Do you take a lesson from that collectively?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was our own little mistakes, and against good teams, like, they're going to capitalize. So, I mean, we let it slip a little bit, and we just got to tighten it up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Used to make you believe that you guys can have one or two goals soon?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've gotten our looks, crossbar there, a couple of chances with some good looks. I think one of these games we're going to pot a few. Not too worried about it, just kind of trying to focus on creating and be a difference maker.
You guys were supposed to practice yesterday, then you had a day off. Was it the best thing when you have tough loss like the other night? I mean, to refocus and back stronger?
Yeah, maybe. I think, you also look ahead at the schedule. We got 3 days off after today, so, a lot of practice days. I think they kind of looked at the schedule then with, a few heavy games towards the end of next week. I think just, getting some rest was big for the team. Got a lot of guys playing big minutes, so take the rest when you can and be ready to go tonight.
All the lines want to produce all the time, but mainly it's the first line recently, so putting more pressure on your line to try to generate some offense.
No, I don't think so. I think our line wants to produce every night. I think the fact that the first line's been scoring a lot obviously motivates us to kind of score and produce, but it's not like we try to take nights off to not produce. That's our goal every night, and to keep doing that.
And as you said, the chances are there. In the last game, Josh had a pretty clear chance in the last minute or so.
Yeah, lots of chances. I think it's coming. Playing with new guys as well. Sometimes it just takes a few games to kind of get settled in, but I think the chances are there. Just a matter of time before they go in.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight.
Jouer contre McDavid, c'est probablement le meilleur joueur au monde. Ça faisait quand même spécial de jouer contre lui, mais tu sais, un coup rendu sur la glace, faut juste pas que tu penses à ça, puis faut que tu joues ta game.
Ça a peut-être été un petit peu plus difficile pour toi contre les Rangers. Est-ce que tu sens que tu as à faire des choses un peu différentes ce soir? Qu'est-ce que tu retiens de ton dernier match versus ce que tu aimerais faire?
Ouais, je pense qu'il faut que je bounce back. Ça n'a pas nécessairement bien été le dernier match. Puis il va falloir que je travaille fort et que j'ai un bon début de match pour gagner confiance. Puis le reste va.
Et tu vas me dire, marquer des buts, c'est évident, mais c'est quoi pour Joshua Roy pour revenir en force? C'est quoi les petites affaires que tu veux faire?
Je pense que mon style de jeu, c'est être un joueur offensif et juste créer beaucoup offensivement. C'est sûr que si je crée beaucoup offensivement, on va avoir des chances de scorer, puis les buts vont venir. Je pense que ça fait partie de ma game. Puis sinon, juste avoir une game overall super bon, je pense que ça va.
En même temps, il y a quand même déjà une bonne base de chance. L'avant-dernier match, je pense que le dernier match d'un ancien important dans l'enclave dans la dernière minute. Il y en a des opportunités assez où tu dois en générer plus.
Ouais, c'est sûr que j'en ai, mais je pense que je peux en amener plus. Puis, je pense que ça va être de capitaliser sur ces chances-là.
Merci, monsieur.
that was a little tough, but the last couple of games are, I feel like getting that confidence back a bit. Obviously, getting more opportunity helps a lot. So, just trying to keep things going and not getting too high, not getting too low.
It's not only you. Do you feel like the chemistry is pretty good on your line?
Yeah, I think both guys bring a little something different, and hopefully I can help them both out too. Like I said, we were all pretty disappointed in our game in the weekend, and then the last few games I think we've been taking some steps and getting more chemistry and feeling more confident out there.
Probably you did play with a lot of players over the recent years here in Montreal. What's the challenge to play with guys like Anderson and Pearson?
I don't know if it's a challenge.
I'd say challenge is the right word. Sorry,
no, it's more just when you're switching lines a lot. Sometimes it is. Obviously, guys bring different things, go in different areas of the ice that they want to be in, and I feel like we're developing some good chemistry. Obviously, Anderson's got great speed and can fly around out there, so trying to use that to our advantage. And Tanner's just a really smart player with I'd say like very good eyes, very high hockey IQ. So just learning off each other, and when you get a few games in and a few practices, it helps.
You were supposed to have a practice yesterday, and I think Marty said that it's really better to have a day off after the loss of the last game. Was it the best recipe to come back strong today?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, just recovery-wise, getting a better sleep in is nice, and sometimes it's better to take a step back from hockey for a day and I don't want to say forget about the game, but not be as stressed about it and move on about it, learn from it this morning, and then just feeling energized for tonight.
You guys did want to forget the first period, at least in New York.
Yeah, we talked about it. We thought for about 29, I think we said 29, 30 minutes of last game we were playing some of our best hockey, and then even after that little stretch of goals against, we still played pretty well and gave ourselves a chance. Defensively, there were areas to clean up in the third, but for the most part, we played pretty well.
Merci, Jake.
Question for you, Jake. I saw you.
Est-ce qu'il y a des changements de ta formation? Tu n'as pas beaucoup de surplus, mais est-ce que tu fais des changements ce soir?
Non.
L'idée d'avoir une journée de congé hier, puis de revenir en pratique ce matin, est-ce que ça avait rapport avec le résultat final du dernier match, la fin du dernier match? Est-ce qu'il y avait quelque chose à travers ça?
Non, on gère la cédule.
Justement, par rapport à ça, vous aviez 25-30 minutes de bon hockey à New York. Comment aller le chercher? Parce que les 30 autres minutes ont été plus difficiles. Comment tu peux aller chercher ça?
Je te dirais qu'on a eu 4 minutes vraiment difficiles. Je te dirais qu'on a joué plus que 30 bonnes minutes. C'est des petites erreurs ici et là. Puis, tu sais, faut serrer la vis dans ces départements-là. Mais il y avait beaucoup de positifs dans ce match-là. Tu sais, comme tu dis, pendant les 30 premières minutes, on ne leur a pas donné grand-chose. Puis on contrôlait le match. Puis même, on menait 1-0, puis on aurait pu mener 3-0. Mais c'est pas arrivé. Puis les autres, on leur a donné une petite ouverture. Ils l'ont pris. Ils ont fait mal avec cette ouverture-là. On a continué à se remettre comme on était dans la première moitié du match. Mais leur donner le 5e but, c'était... Ça a fait mal.
Arben and Eric.
All right, first, just I don't know if you'd be willing to share, but again, based like what you just said was true of that game. Scoring chances at the end, as far as you guys' count, were you guys ahead?
From our?
From your point, yeah.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
Another matter, Arber was sent down to Laval to work on certain aspects of his defensive game. Obviously, how do you feel he's grown in those elements of his defensive game from coming off the injury?
It's definitely better, you know, and like every young player, it's just finding that consistency. But he's definitely addressed some of the things that we were talking about, and you know, and some nights is easier than others, the opponents, the matchup. But no, there's been a progression, which is nice to see.
If you'd agree that Jake Evans ending up in that higher chair almost put him in a position to work on things that he would need work on at this level, how do you think he's handled that, and how might it make him a better player for when he's more in a chair that he's regularly been in the NHL?
Those repetition in that chair, I think it's gonna help him grow as a player. You know, it helps his confidence too. He's getting more puck touches. And actually, I think he's especially of late, that line's been playing really well. It's given us a threat. I feel like they've given us some good minutes, and they're making stuff happen offensively. You know, so I think the opportunity that he's getting only is going to help him to grow as a player, regardless of what chair he plays in.
Is Ylonen playing today?
No.
Okay, so just there's a general perception that you're tough on Ylonen. How do you see the work you're doing with Ylonen? What kind of light can you shed on what you're trying to do with him as a player?
Elo, you know, I have conversation with Elo. We talk a lot about the details in his game. You know, he's got great touches. You know, he's got a good shot. You know, but it's what he does, where he goes without the puck, offensively and defensively, and it's mostly just like the details of the game. It's not like the scoring.
So just sorry. How can you? I mean, of course, it's mostly up to him, but how can you help him get those?
We do video, conversation video, and then, you know, when he gets back in there, and he's got to focus on that.
Salut Martin, depuis la blessure d'Hervé Pinard, on voit Badgetta un petit peu plus en désavantage numérique. Il me disait qu'il est dans les meetings de Piqué depuis le début de la saison quand même. Je voulais juste savoir comment comment tu gères ça justement en termes de demander aux gars? Est-ce que tu demandes aux gars d'être dans ces meetings-là en tout temps pour être prêt? Comment tu gères ça?
Ben, si tu veux tuer des punitions, t'es mieux d'être dans les meetings. Ça garantit pas que tu vas en tuer, mais...
Martin, tantôt, en parlant avec Jalen Struble, il disait qu'au match à Washington, il s'est fait frapper par Ovechkin. Habituellement, il n'aime pas ça se faire pincer, mais il était quasiment heureux que ce soit Ovechkin qui le frappe. As-tu déjà eu des moments à nationale dans ta carrière où tu es impressionné de jouer contre un joueur, tu es heureux d'être sur la même place qu'un rival?
Ben, moi, c'était Mario Lemieux. Parce que quand je suis rentré dans la Ligue, il était retiré. Puis il est revenu. Fait que c'était spécial. C'était mon idole d'enfance. Puis je me souviens, la première fois, ma première opportunité que j'ai eue, j'ai été à côté de lui sur un face-off. Il est grand. Ah non, j'ai glissé un mot. Oui. J'ai dit, Mario, juste sache, c'est toute une opportunité pour moi d'être sur la glace avec toi. Il me dit, lâche pas, kid. Toujours m'en rappeler.
On termine avec Martin McGuire et Arber Xhekaj pour les followers.
On a parlé un petit peu de votre production autour du premier trio Martin récemment. Puis actuellement, en tout cas, on serait peut-être en droit de penser que certains de vos vétérans pourraient vous en amener plus. Toi, quand tu regardes leur jeu, je pense que je n'ai pas besoin de les nommer, tu sais à peu près qui ils sont. Là. Quand tu regardes leur jeu, est-ce que tu vois recul? Est-ce que tu penses que ces gars-là font tout ce qu'il faut pour obtenir assez de chances? Comment tu vois ça?
Ben, en général, puis comme équipe, on fabrique beaucoup de chances récemment. Puis ça, tu peux pas faire ça tout seul. C'est sûr, notre premier trio, il en fabrique beaucoup, mais nos autres trios, ils en fabriquent aussi. Puis c'est impossible de faire ça tout seul. Fait que, c'est sûr, ce serait le fun que certains joueurs trouvent le fond du net. Mais en général, notre game offensive, collective, est bonne. Fait que c'est de l'engagement de tout le monde. Puis t'espères qu'ils se font récompenser.
Tu considères donc que l'engagement est là pour ces vétérans-là, à ton évaluation?
Dernière question, Arber?
Follow up on Arber.
I remember last year, over the first 30-odd games, I don't remember how long it was, when Pez was kind of in limbo, was out of the lineup a lot. You spent a lot of time with him on the ice after morning skates, working on various things. You know, when you talk about details in the game, can you think back to those sessions with him? Was there a certain level of trust that was built during those sessions that you spent on the ice with him, back when he was out of the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of opportunity to build trust, you know. It's whether it's in the video session, conversation, sometimes it's on the ice, sometimes it's just a conversation on the ice, sometimes it's talking about different scenarios and putting him in that environment. Those are all important. I mean, you have, as a coach, you have to build a relationship with your players, and you know, trust is a big factor.
Merci, Martin.
OK, merci.